Let's talk about love bombing.
Am I being love bombed?
I've been love bombed before.
These are some of the most common love bombing signs that you need to look out for.
I would describe love bombing as when someone else attempts to sway another person by attention, by affection, and in many cases, financially. And then the person just dissipates into the air. It's like the worst reverse magic you can imagine, because it feels like you're in such a beautiful romantic space. You feel seen, you feel supported, you feel heard, and then it is snatched from under you. It's very destabilizing because it was so intense at the beginning, and that dopamine is so high. Having that dopamine snatched from you very fast can lead to many different things. It is a very traumatic situation. And so it can lead to different like sleep patterns being off, your eating being off, different things happening within your body. Different mental things might pop up for you, right? It can be someone that suddenly is in your life and telling you all the right things that you want to hear. It can be someone that wants you to tell them all the things about you. They just want to absorb you, but they're also not giving you that much information about themselves. It can be someone that, again, is buying lavish gifts or getting you concert tickets. It can also be someone that is like into everything that you're into, right? Because in our brains, we're like, oh my God, we've met our person. They love all the things I love. But are they doing it for the right reason? And so those are things to look for when dating, but also it sucks because those are the things we're looking for. I think one of the best tips I can ever give people is do a group hangout. Hang out with like the people that know you best, that have your best intentions forward. They might feel weird about hanging out with your friends, but you have that friendship meeting before of like, hey, if you see anything, let me know. Like I'm in this, so I can't see all the things. I do think that love bombing is a form of psychological abuse. And it might not be intentionally that, but I think the ways that it affects you, right? Like, so is it abusive? Sure. Do I think that's a word that people might have questions about? Yes. But I think the way that it is done is very harmful. So then I'll even just say it's psychological harm, if that softens it for people. But psychological, yes, because we are affecting the psyche. They can come in all different genders, all different identities, because people are people and we all have different situations going on. We all have different goals. We all have different intentions, which is the tricky part when you're trying to date someone. So no, I don't think that there is one way that it looks. I do think that right now, the portrayal is that it is a very masculine or a male dominated thing, but I don't believe that they are the only people that are doing it by any means. I think that it's super important when we're harmed to not take everything upon ourselves. It is so much easier to blame yourself because you can control that. You can't control other people, but it's never your fault. Also, you're not the only one, because when we're in very intense traumatic situations, we feel like we're the only one, which, honey, it's rough outside. But also, we don't just have to share the good things with our friends. Lean into your people. They're your people for a reason. Let them support you. You don't have to be embarrassed, right? As someone that uses dating apps, I think they're a hot mess. Let's just be realistic. Do I think that there is a lot of wooing and a lot of promises? Yes. I don't know if it's necessarily love bombing or is it just unfulfilled promises, right? I think also it varies depending on what type of app that you're using. If you're on an app more like a Field that is known for like hookups and non-monogamous things and threesomes, it's a whole different conversation versus if you're on OkCupid, you're looking for someone to date and be quote unquote the one, you might be more susceptible to being open to receiving it. When you're seeking out on dating apps, you might run more into it. because they understand what you're looking for and you're open to that. I think there's a lot of different people doing research and trying to understand themselves right now. And I think being able to give a definition or like a verbiage to what people are going through is really powerful. And, coming out of a pandemic, it feels like everyone's just scratching for some sanity and scratching for clarity. And so they're doing more research on, okay, this thing happened to me. Oh, I'm not the only one. And so once they do that and be able to put language to it, it makes it more digestible also. Like, this isn't new, right? Like this isn't a new term. It's not a new feeling, but being able to name it gives it power also. It allows people to claim it back and have more of an understanding, I think.